Hey y'all, so today I'll be showing how you can make this spiced apple cider snow globe. I'll also be showing my new mold and how you can use it for your toppers. So I'm starting with this handle jar snow globe, and it comes with 2 plugs, so you want to make sure you hold on to that, set it to the side. As usual, I'm using Adhesive Apothecary solution, and then I'm mixing some Krafty Kell glitter in with this. Definitely go check out Krafty Kell because they have all their glitters on sale. I'm also mixing in some salted caramel motionless magic just so that I can get like a apple cider kind of drink look. And I'm using an empty bottle just to make that entire combination, but after I have all of that mixed together, I'm going to go ahead and fill my snow globe up all the way. Everything that I use to make this combination will be linked below in the description along with the discount codes. So after I have that filled up all the way, you want to go ahead and clean off the bottom a little bit and then plug it, and then you'll see how it turned out. So I really love the color of it. I love the glitter specks, like the chunky glitter, you can still see it, but it didn't take over completely. And then I'm going to add the apple cider decal, which is a UV-DTF. I've had this for over a year now, so I can't quite remember where I got it from, but I really do love the size of it. It's bigger than your typical decal, but I think it fits the snow globe perfectly. So you want to make sure that you have it lined up correctly, that you have it applied correctly, make sure that it's smooth, and then that's how the entire thing turned out. I really love how this is turning out so far. But before we go any further, make sure that you like and subscribe, more to come. So now that we have that done, we can start decorating the snow globe. I did have a leak in my snow globe, which I was not expecting. I came back to my cup the next day and it was leaking. So what I did was I hot glued it. Like I added a bunch of glue around where it was leaking at. I wouldn't say that's a way to fix the snow globe. Actually, I wouldn't even recommend it, but it just happened to work for me. So yeah, I don't know what I would say other than, I mean, it worked for me. I don't think I would recommend it though. If your snow globe leaks, probably just, you know, try to switch to a new one. But since I had to reroute after I fixed it, I kind of want to have the glue because you can see it really. I decided to do a drip on the bottom. I was gonna do a drip at the top, decided to do a drip on the bottom. So I really love it though because I feel like it'll go with the whipped cream. So as usual, my drips, I'm using epoxy, cornstarch or flour to make it thicker, and then some white acrylic paint just so that I can get a cream look. And then I'm going around the edge of it obviously so that I can cover up where I had to fix it at. But yeah, I mean, it worked. Definitely worked. To stop leaking. So I don't know if I would recommend it though, because I don't know if it will work every single time, but it definitely worked for me. So that's how it looked after it dried. And then I want to put some like fake salt around the top of it, like the rim a little bit, so that I can have like that cinnamon spice look, like how spiced apple cider cups drinks have. I looked a few up and I was just trying to go off of like how the drink looked. Really, I really wanted to get like as close as possible, and I thought this would be really cool, so that's what I'm doing. I use a little bit of epoxy, and that's what's going to adhere the fake salt. You can get fake salt off of Etsy. You want to let that dry and then you can go over and epoxy it, and that's how it turned out. So this is on my turner while it's drying. This is the next day after it dried, so you can really see it adhered really good. And then I'm using one of my molds to make a whipped cream topper mold. These are exclusively available on my website, and I'm using my bigger size one because I feel like it fits the jar better. The jar isn't like a skinny cup, so it is a bit wider than your typical skinny lid. So I'm using my bigger mold. I just used regular epoxy, white obviously, to make the whipped cream mold, and then after it dried I took it out and I'm gonna put it onto my lid. So I put a bit of epoxy onto my lid and then a little bit on the bottom of my whipped cream, and I'm gonna let that dry. You do want to make sure that you line it up correctly so that everything is centered, and then with the rest of that epoxy I'm going to go ahead and cover up the bottom of my snow globe with some of the same glitter from Krafty Kell. I really like this glitter. I really feel like it's really pretty. And then obviously I don't want to see the plug, so I always cover it up. But then I have a new mold now, so it's cinnamon sticks. It's 3 cavity, and you can use clay or epoxy to fill it in. I'm going to show you what it looked like with the clay. So I'm just using some Sculpey brown clay really quick just to show you like how it looks as far as like the details. So that's how it look. Obviously if you use epoxy it'll come out harder and not bend, but since I have like a lid already made up, I did want to just cut a little bit of it so that I can make it look like some cinnamon sticks coming out of the whipped cream. So I already had some made up with epoxy. I like the color of the epoxy better than what the clay looked like, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go ahead and I didn't use that much epoxy for it. I only filled it up about halfway, so it's already like cut. I don't have to go back and cut it, and I'm just going to adhere it to my whipped cream already with hot glue. until I go back and epoxy it. So the hot glue just keeps it in place until I'm ready to epoxy it. And I really love how it looks. Like, I've had this idea in my head for a few months now, and I feel like the cinnamon sticks are really, really good, especially for fall and autumn coming up, especially like with all the different kinds of cups you can make as far as like drinks and stuff. So I think that was definitely good. So I'm going to make a few more cinnamon sticks just so you can see how it looks. So I'm using regular epoxy, and then I used some brown alcohol ink. It's not that opaque, but I think it came out like a pretty good brown color, and I'm going to let that dry. So while my cinnamon sticks are drying, I'm going to go ahead and finish sealing in my lid. So I would seal it in at this point since you added more pieces to it. If it was just the whipped cream by itself, you wouldn't have to seal it because it's obviously already epoxy on its own. But I mean, for extra gloss, you do want it to seal it. So that's how it turned out. Again, I only used 2 cinnamon sticks, so each cinnamon stick is going to look a little different. But that's how the mold looks. So now that my topper is done drying, I'm going to go ahead and make a hole. I've had a lot of people ask about like where the straw hole would go, and my molds do not have a hole already made because depending on the lid, you're going to have your straw holes in different places. But for the most part, you can move your lid around just to adjust to it. Not all the time do you have to make a hole unless it's a center hole, but it's super easy, as you can see. So I'm just using a drill. I'm just drilling it in. And yeah, it makes a hole perfectly. All you gotta do is clean it out now. It's already sealed. It's already ready to go. This is how the entire cup turned out. I really, really love this. I'm so excited to continue making fall cups. And I'm going to use my cinnamon sticks again in next week's tutorial. So definitely go grab some of these molds. I have my whipped creams restocked, and then all of my mold orders will be going out this week. So I'll be caught up. I'll be dropping some new stuff as the weeks go on. I hope everyone loved this tutorial. I hope you try it out, and thank you for watching.